My name's Mikhail Butler. This is my house, and you're watching episode 2 of 1 Year on the Road. Enjoy the ride.
1, 2, 3, go!
Let's dive right into it. Today's going to be a little bit hectic. It's Friday. I'm just finishing up work right now. I have to head to a friend's house who received some Amazon packages for me. I'm going to pick those up. Then I'm going to do a resupply in St. George. And then I'm going to try and get about an hour away from St. George before setting up camp for the night while I head to my next destination. Let's do a quick rundown of what I have to do to pack up. Got to put the ladder away, the tent away, the kitchen's got to go away. Fridge has to go to the front, box has to go in there. Got to break down the office. But let's just take a look for a second. Look at this beautiful landscape here. Whoa, what in the world? Somebody packed up the camp. I wonder if I just do one more. Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's hit the road. I can't leave this camping spot without talking about how much I loved it. It was secluded, beautiful views, and St. George is such a cool city from a resupply standpoint. Definitely coming back here. I just finished resupply in St. George. Everything went really well, filled up water, did laundry, got some food. I'll go grocery shopping tomorrow, but I'm headed towards Las Vegas. We'll see how far I get. And then tomorrow I'll finish off the drive. So I'm stopped getting some gas right now. And I think I'm gonna drive the rest of the 2 hours to Baker. Put me in about 9 o'clock at Baker. I'll have to set up camp in the dark somewhere near Baker, but I'm just gonna pull the trigger on it and get there. So here we go. So it's pretty late now. I'm driving into the Mojave National Preserve because it's right next to Baker. I'm just gonna find a quick camping spot that's deep enough in to not get bothered tonight, but close enough for me to head out right in the morning, head into Death Valley.
So I just woke up in Mojave. I got here last night at like 9:30, so I have no idea where I am. So let's take a look at what my camp spot looks like. Oh wow, that's gorgeous.
So it's 6 a.m. and here's what I'm thinking today.
So if there's one thing that you'll find out about me while watching these videos is that I don't really have a plan. And I was gonna stay in Death Valley this week, and then I decided I'm not gonna stay in Death Valley this week. So if I'm not going to Death Valley, where am I going today?
The truth is, I don't know where I'm going yet. I know that I'm headed north of Death Valley to Bishop, California. That's my destination as of right now. And I'm gonna check out Death Valley as I drive through it today, look at some cool stuff. And then once I get to Bishop, I'm gonna decide where I wanna go from there. I'm headed to Sacramento next week. So I wanted to make the drive to Sacramento kind of shorter. And so I wanted to head a little bit further north this weekend to the Bishop area. And then next week, I'm gonna hang out at a friend's house in Sacramento before heading back to Salt Lake City for a trip that I'm going on. And yeah, we'll see where the day takes us. I didn't film in Death Valley. I wanted to stay in the moment while I was there. I did put some content on Instagram, but Death Valley is definitely a place I'm gonna be coming back to soon. The day was pretty long. I drove all the way through Death Valley, stopped a couple times, checked out some of the kind of major sightseeing stuff. Scotty's Castle was closed, which is a bummer, but I'm gonna be back through Death Valley at some point and stay there a little longer. But I'm currently just south of Bishop, basically on the northern rim of Death Valley National Park, and just found kind of a random road that led up to a place that I thought looked cool. And check out this view behind me. Not too shabby. So I got basically a good soft flat area here, and winds up here are going to be between like 5 to 12 miles an hour, which is fine. And yeah, so I'm gonna relax for a bit and then set up camp. Before I set up camp at all, I do need to get Starlink up and tested and make sure latency's not bad here. So let me just dive into that. With Starlink looking good, latency's looking bearable, good for work, the first thing I'm gonna do is set up my awning and actually just have a beer and relax and enjoy the view, because it's been a long day on the road and want to kind of unwind.
Right there on top of the moon, we could sit and do nothing. I wish we were bold to just fly away. I don't wanna care, just be here and I'm good alone. I'll be
So in case it's not completely obvious, I'm not a professional storyteller. I wasn't sure where to wrap this up, so I figure I'd do some shots around my camp, exploring a little bit, and talk a little bit about what that looks like for me. Sometimes people ask me if I ever get nervous being out here solo. I am, just to be transparent, an ex-Ranger qualified infantryman. So my risk tolerance and risk assessment is a little different than, regular people. But that being said, when I'm out here, I am nervous about a couple things. Number one is snakes. Obviously, in a lot of these desert areas, there are poisonous snakes. So I'm just keeping an eye on where I'm stepping. 2, scorpions, same kind of deal. Watch where I'm stepping. And number 3 is always kind of the biggest thing, is accidents, right? Hurting myself out here, tripping, breaking something. Those would be kind of the top 3 things. Pretty far down the list is predators, larger predators. There's not a ton out here. There are some cats out here, mountain lions, etc. And there are some black bears. That being said, I got a lot of experience with larger predators, and they're almost always more scared of you than you are of them. If they do end up being kind of aggressive towards me, I do always travel around with my trusty e-tool stick here. This is mostly just for making sure I can get distance between me and things, whether it's a snake or a larger predator. And then I also do travel around with my sidearm at all times, like if I'm out here alone. And that's, again, really not looking to use that. Only if the predator is actively advancing on me would I ever have to take, self-defense measures with my sidearm. As far as humans go, I typically go places that are hard to get to and require a pretty capable off-road vehicle. And whether they are doing drugs or drunk or just crazy, those kinds of individuals don't come out this far because they don't want to get stuck. They'll typically stay within, a half a mile of some major road. And so I don't really see any people like that. Humans are kind of the least of my worries out here. That's just kind of a summary of what it's like being solo out here and adventuring around. But here's some shots from me taking kind of a wander. And I did find a cave and a bunch of gold. Just joking.
Too scared now, thinking I should call up. I'm not. I think it's hard how we always wait.
Check this out here. The rock on this is actually like glistening, which is kind of cool. Maybe I'll find a bunch of gold, you never know. This entrance here dead ends. It's about probably 20 feet down there, pretty straight up. So I'm not gonna go check it out, not in the mood to get stuck in a 20-foot hole while out here on my own. But I think there might be a main entrance around here. So I'm gonna go explore a little more.
So I've been walking around for about an hour and a half or so. Unfortunately, no mines, haven't found any treasure yet, no gold out here in the California hills, but I'm not giving up yet. I'm gonna end the video there. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, or check me out on Instagram. I'm just kind of having fun out here, so no worries either way. See you in the next video.